In the National Football League, there has always been one unbreakable rule. Teams pay the coach. Owners write the checks. Coaches answer the calls. Players just play. At least that's how it worked until this morning. Because today, the NFL woke up to a story so wild, so uncomfortable, that owners across the league are reportedly panicking behind closed doors. According to multiple sources, John Harbaugh signed 2 contracts yesterday, one with an NFL team and another with Shedeur Sanders. Yes, you heard that right. This deal is being quietly referred to by league insiders as a shadow contract, and if the reports are true, it changes everything. Here's the bombshell. Shedeur Sanders' personal marketing and branding team allegedly arranged a massive private payment to John Harbaugh, officially labeled as personal development consulting. Unofficially, it means this: the quarterback is paying the coach more than the team is. Let that sink in. A player paying his own head coach. Sources say Jerry Jones nearly lost it when this was brought before the competition committee. His reported reaction? If the quarterback signs the checks for the coach, who's really in charge? Then came the line that shook the room. The asylum is no longer run by the inmates. The inmate owns the building. According to league lawyers, this may be the biggest legal gray area in sports history. And here's the terrifying part for the owners. It's legal. There's a specific clause in the CBA that Shedeur's team used to structure this deal. And if the payment isn't coming from the franchise, Roger Goodell can't stop it. 31 billionaires, outplayed by one quarterback. And while the league is scrambling, John Harbaugh is doing something even more shocking. He's not job hunting, he's interrogating billionaires. Breaking news just dropped from Adam Schefter. Jim Schwartz has been asked to interview for a potential head coaching role in Baltimore. At the same time, the Falcons have officially announced an interview request for John Harbaugh, former Ravens head coach. But here's what no one is telling you. Behind the scenes, Harbaugh has already held long, confidential phone calls with the Giants, Titans, Browns, Raiders, and Cardinals. These are not interviews. These are power negotiations. According to sources familiar with the calls, Harbaugh is asking questions that make owners deeply uncomfortable before he even considers boarding a plane. This isn't "tell me about your facilities." This is "convince me why I shouldn't hang up." One source described the tone perfectly. This isn't a coach asking for a job. This is a Hall of Famer deciding who deserves him. The language matters. Harbaugh reportedly said he is determining who he will meet with. That's not interview language. That's power broker language. And the Cleveland Browns are right at the center of this storm. Let's be honest, if you can bring in a Super Bowl winning coach, nearly 20 years of experience, almost 200 wins, just to tell you what you're doing wrong, that alone is a win. But Harbaugh isn't coming to Cleveland for advice. He's coming with a checklist, and it's expensive. Here's what's reportedly on it. $20 million per year salary, among the highest in NFL history. $10 million coaching staff budget. Full roster control. Authority to choose his own GM. No ownership interference. Complete autonomy. In simple terms, his message to Jimmy Haslam is brutal. If you want me to save your franchise, give me the keys and walk away. Why so aggressive? Because Harbaugh watched Baltimore fall apart when alignment disappeared. He refuses to repeat that mistake. And here's where Cleveland becomes fascinating. The Browns are the only team openly interviewed Todd Monken, Harbaugh's guy. That wasn't random. That was strategy. It's almost like Andrew Berry knew this storm was coming. Cleveland is quietly saying, bring your people, bring your system, bring your vision. But now we hit the real problem, Jimmy Haslam. Even Cleveland analysts are joking about the quiet part out loud. One analyst dropped this stat. The Browns' only winning season in recent history came in 2020, when the owner couldn't attend games. Let that sink in. So when Harbaugh asks tough questions, he's not asking about cafeteria food. He's asking one thing: can you stay out of my way? And now, the Shedeur Sanders factor. According to leaks from those calls, Harbaugh keeps asking the same question: do you have a quarterback who can help me win? Lazy fans think that means he doubts Shedeur. That's wrong. Sources say Harbaugh was interested in Shedeur during the Baltimore draft process. He knows the talent. The real question is this: will this organization let me develop him? Because when Harbaugh looks at the Deshaun Watson disaster, arguably the worst trade in NFL history, he sees chaos, and chaos ruins young quarterbacks. Remember Lamar Jackson? The league wanted him at wide receiver. Harbaugh built an entire offense around him. If Harbaugh gets that $10 million coaching staff budget, he can assemble elite offensive minds and design a custom-built system for Shedeur. Fix the offensive line, stabilize the locker room, protect the quarterback. The Browns already have elite defense. Myles Garrett is generational. Talent isn't the issue. Trust is. Now, yes, there's a cynical view. Maybe Cleveland is being used. Maybe Harbaugh is leveraging desperation to raise his price with New York or Arizona. That happens. But here's the twist. Cleveland might be the only franchise desperate enough to say yes to everything. The Giants have structure. The Cardinals have their own system. But Cleveland? Cleveland might hand Harbaugh emperor-level power. And if Jimmy Haslam is truly humbled by the Watson failure, he might actually disappear. If that happens, the Browns instantly become a Super Bowl contender with Shedeur Sanders at quarterback. But if Harbaugh senses even a hint of old dysfunction, he hangs up and boards a plane to New York. The money is there, the talent is there. The only question left is this: can the owner get out of his own way? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Jimmy Haslam can give up total control, or will his ego cost Shedeur Sanders his future? And if you want every update on this wild coaching saga, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell, because this story is just getting started.